focus till you came around, came around.
What up guys, Jadess here. Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome. I talk a lot about my life journey in entrepreneurship, and that includes real estate. I recently moved to the state of Colorado. I'm originally from Oregon, but the last 2 years I was living in the Pacific Northwest. So I just moved here the beginning of April, and I love it. I've already made really good friendships, lots of experiences I've had, and all has been good. So I figured it would be really fun to film a Q&A. I did put on my Instagram story last week. I've been so bad at this, guys. I've been really busy, my apologies. But yeah, that's just the boss kind of life I've been living right now. I work 2 jobs in caregiving, and that takes a lot of time. But regardless, I put on my Instagram story an option for you guys to ask me absolutely anything, and I was gonna film it. So I have all these questions ready. Let's get into it. Yes, I cut my bangs. That was an impulsive decision. That's usually what happens when I cut my bangs. I like it. I think they're cute. For now, they fit me. For now, I think they're adorable. All right, first question. Memorial Day weekend plans. Will you vlog it? Honestly, as of now, I do not have anything planned, but I do have the day off. So we will see. I may go to the Garden of the Gods because I have not seen them yet, and I will be vlogging that. That would be a fun little trip. So yes, look forward to something happening. How are you adjusting being so far from home? Honestly, sorry if you hear my cat.
That's where my hair tie went.
Okay, I'm gonna grab it. It's gonna make noise. Literally one of my favorite hair ties. Come on, little burger. Okay. How am I adjusting to be far from home? Honestly, I've kind of always been one that does my own thing, and home is where I make it. So it's been okay. It's been exciting. It's been so exciting. I've been loving it. Do we get the deets on the new boo thing? I'm not gonna wait to talk about this because it really isn't a big deal. He is actually just a really, really good friend of mine. We were thinking about dating, but to be quite honest, just right now in both of our lives, we're really busy and there's a lot going on, and that's just a very equal decision that we both made on our parts. But we are good friends. We do still hang out. He is an awesome guy. So yeah, that is it on that. Why Colorado? A lot of people are asking this. I honestly chose Colorado because I saw it in a video. It was a woman, she was horseback riding with a gal friend of hers along a hillside, and you could see the giant Rockies. And knowing that that was in Colorado, I was just absolutely in love. Where I was living in Washington was not really bringing me the utmost happiness. I do know that my surroundings really matter to me. That's just how I work. And yeah, so I changed it. Leading into that, how is the Pacific Northwest different than Colorado? Everyone I've met in Colorado so far has been very, very nice. That's not to say people in the Pacific Northwest are not. I've just encountered more negativity in Washington, at least in the Spokane area where I was living, than I have in Colorado. I haven't encountered that at all. Colorado also has a lot more summer days, and I enjoy heat, and summer days brings out happy people. There's so many things to do here, and it just is right up my alley with everything that I want to do in my career and in my spare time. Also, it's extremely dog friendly, which is insane. You can bring your dog almost anywhere. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And last is just kind of adding to that question, the pros and cons. I'm just gonna throw out a couple. I could do a whole video on this, but Colorado has quite the high elevation. I believe in Washington, where I was living, it was 1700 elevation. Here it is 56, where I'm at right now. Now, if I go hiking or climb a little bit, we have 14K. We have 14,000 feet mountains here that you can climb up. So the elevation is quite something. You gotta get used to it. I got a bloody nose. I couldn't really eat anything for a couple of weeks being here. It is expensive to live here, so you have to have either 2 jobs like I do right now and working towards a career, or have a career, or have someone living with you, a roommate situation, a relationship situation, whatever, family situation. Yeah, it's quite expensive to live here. There's more to do here than Washington, I think. Washington's more wet, more trees. Yeah, I could go on and on, but they're both beautiful. I love both of them, but I'm just quite enjoying Colorado right now. How can I be happier? You can be happier by understanding that happiness is never gonna be a destination and that it's gonna come and go. Another huge thing that I have been teaching myself, and also I feel that God has been telling me more than anything, is that if you just let go and be okay with whatever situation and just take life day by day, you will be a lot better off and just ease into the vibrations of your life, man. So that's my answer towards that. What does it feel like to be in love? I feel like everyone has their own interpretation of what it is to be in love. I really do. I feel like everyone has their own perspective of things. My own interpretation of being in love, can I be honest with you, has changed with every partner I've been in love with. And I've only been in love with 3 people in my life. And every time that I have fallen in love with these people, it has felt completely different, more intense, more profound, more deep. I don't know how to explain it. It's something I can't explain. Yeah. That's my answer towards that. Also, being in love feels very easy to love them regardless of what happens. That's how I felt in every situation. That's the similarity. It's very easy to love them regardless. You take them as they are and you love them unconditionally. Will I get any more pets? Honestly, I really want to get 5 chickens and a horse, but that's probably 3 to 4 years down the road. Right now, I'm just trying to buckle down on real estate and start saving money to buy down on a couple properties, and we'll see where that takes me as far as where I can get some land and have room for those animals. What's my ethnicity? I actually have an entire video I filmed on that. I did do the ancestry DNA, but I am mostly European, British, and Guamanian. So there you go. Do I ski? No, I don't ski yet. I actually am gonna learn to snowboard either this fall or this winter. My best friend hopefully is gonna fly in. She wants to bring her own snowboard and she wants to teach me. I wanna get a couple buddies with me as well, and we're gonna hopefully rent a log cabin or an Airbnb and just go have fun in the snow for a few days. There's so many places here in Colorado, so we're gonna take our pick. So that's the plan. Are you Christian? I believe that I actually was baptized as a Christian at 16 years old, but I believe that I could say partly yes I am, and partly yes I no, because I don't go to church every Sunday, so I don't read the Bible every day. I don't go to church every day, but I do believe in God. I do believe that He is the center of all consciousness. He is the universe. There's a lot of different things that you could call Him, but He is the creation of all, and I believe that we are all Him, and that's loving unconditionally and letting go and believing that everything works out for you and not to you. Yeah. A lot of people may judge me for saying that, but that's just my profound belief, and that's something that has grown super strong for me the last few months, actually, to be honest. And yeah, so there you go. Do I work out? Yes. I am mainly work out by going outdoors, taking my dog on walks or jogs, but I am, as of late, going to go back into the gym because there's a very good deal going on in my city right now. I miss lifting weights. I definitely could de-stress a lot in lifting weights, so I think that's something I'm gonna get into again. Do I want children? I do not know. I do not know. Do I think I'll stay in Colorado for a while? Yes, I do believe I'm gonna stay here for a good 2 to 3 years. I'll see where my head's at after that, but I definitely wanna move around. I don't wanna stay in this apartment. My lease is up the 31st of March, 2022, and after that, I really am intrigued by Denver, and I kind of want to live the city lifestyle for a little bit and possibly rent out a loft. How are my fur babies taking the new state? They enjoy it a lot. There's a lot more adventures I've been taking them on. Again, like I said, Colorado's really dog friendly, so my dogs had a lot of adventures. What is my favorite city in Colorado so far? I honestly would have to say Denver, just because it's very exciting at night and during the day. I am in that growth period in my entrepreneurship journey where, I just have to take that one test to become a real estate agent. And I already know what realty company I'm gonna go to, and I'm gonna tell you guys that in a future video, of course. I'm just in that stage where a big city is more opportunity, more people. Is there anything I would have done differently with the move? I would have saved a lot more. I would have saved a lot more because I did not prepare for the surprise expenses that I had during the move, but that is okay. Live and you learn. It was a great experience regardless. What connections have you made so far in Colorado and are grateful for? So as I mentioned before, you guys did see that guy in my video that you thought was my guy. That is Alex. I met him. He's a very good friend of mine, and I also met Dross through him, who is currently seeing my best friend Megan, and she's stationed here in Colorado Springs. So I've known her for, oh goodness, almost 12 years. So given that she's here, that's been something I've been so grateful for. It's been very helpful to have someone I've known for so long. I as well have my newfound cousin through ex-marriage, I guess you could say. We're basically cousins, not blood, but we're basically cousins. Her and her husband have been showing me around, been super grateful for them. But yeah, that's been the connection so far, besides the few people I have met through work. What's my favorite part about Colorado so far? The open space and the fresh air, which is so weird to say because this is like the Mile High Club state, right? We're so close to outer space. But I feel so alive in the state. I don't know. Everyone around me, I feed off of their energy because they feel so alive. Have I ever been bullied? Yes. When I was in middle school, elementary school, I was bullied. I was that girl that tried to be part of the popular crew. I would unlock their lockers for them, hold their lunches for them. They would trip me on purpose, put things in my hair, you name it. Any of those kind of TV shows that you see those girls getting bullied by the popular girls, that was me. But it's okay because I'm happy and awesome and thriving now, so we good. Do I regret moving to Colorado? Not at all. Is there a tattoo limit for you? I do not know. I want to finish my sleeve for Christmas. It's like my Christmas present to myself. I want to get a tattoo on the inside of my ankle, actually the Om symbol. And I also, I don't know, but like I like the idea of getting one leg tattooed. I think it's really cute and sexy. I don't know. We will see. We will see. How would you describe your Disney movie if you had one?
Probably a girl that grew up in just kind of a hectic household but didn't get much attention, so she tried to be like the star of the show for so long when really she just wanted to be the star of her own show all along. And so she like tried to find her love through other people and other connections when really she just needed to find it in herself. Yeah.
Does pineapple go on pizza? Hell yeah, it does. If we didn't live in a malicious capitalist society, what would you do with yourself? You know, if money didn't make the world go round, or at least it wasn't a prominent thing that caused wars and power, I would probably find the most tight-knit group of people that I absolutely love and adore, and I would want to form a community, find good people that can help build, start being resourceful and farming and gardening and sewing and trading and just kind of going back to like the Little House on the Prairie days, but also having the potential to have those things that I want, like a giant house and like these things that did cost so much money as well. I would want to kind of just have the freedom without the pressure of society of what I should and shouldn't do the entirety of my life. What is your love language? I feel like my love language that I give to people is a lot of words of affection and acts of service. I definitely try to make someone feel so good about themselves because I feel so good about them. And I also think that acts of service go a long way because that's something that I appreciate. What is something that comforts you? And it says in here, no pets or people. Music. Favorite plant? I am so sorry, I do not have one. I love all of them. I think right now my favorite kinds are succulents just because I feel like I finally mastered how to take care of them. So that feels really good. So right now I'd say any kind of succulent. Where are the places you've lived and what are your favorite places about each? Oregon, Washington, Colorado. Oregon, grew up there, lots of memories with my family, lots of adventures, 24 years, just a whole bunch of memories. Washington, that is where I first met my dad and my sister and my uncle, the entirety of my dad's half of my family. as well as that's kind of where I figured out who I was solo on myself. I bought my first apartment in Washington. Colorado right now, it's just amazing. I feel like this is where I'm growing my career. So, how are you so gosh dang pretty? Thank you, Megan. I love you. You're so gosh dang pretty. Stop it. What do you think your teenage self would think of the person that you are today? Honestly, I think that my teenage self would be absolutely astounded by all the stuff that I put myself through to get where I am today. My younger self promised my older self I would not do half the stuff that I did, but I did it anyway. So yeah. What advice would I give to my teenage self? Be patient, not everyone's gonna like you. Do what you want. What is the hardest part about starting a career in real estate? Would you recommend it to others? I think the hardest part so far, given that I do not have my license yet, again, I'm waiting to take my license the end of this month, which is in like 2 weeks. I would have to say so far, it's a judgment and the doubts of others. You need to not let them affect you. A lot of people have said when I've mentioned I'm going into real estate that it is very risky. It's a very bad market to go into right now. You're gonna be broke for a very long time until you sell a house. Very accurate, but they are not me and what I think I can bring to this career and to my life. As well as it kind of comes all from your pocket. You immediately act as an entrepreneur when you start this career. I paid $550 for school, and then I also paid for fingerprints. That's $50 in the state of Colorado. The test is $50 a time, and then it's $200 to apply for your license. It's just a copious amount of stuff that you do have to pay for on end as a real estate agent. So that's something that's a little tough. If you are not a determined individual on your own, or at least you don't want to work up to being one, that's something that you don't think you could really do, then this would probably not be something that you would enjoy. If you don't like talking about houses or learning about houses or having the opportunity to investing into real estate, if all of that kind of stuff just seems like, oof, too much, or it just seems kind of boring to you, then it's just probably not the career for you. What was your desired career before you decided to do real estate? So honestly, I wanted to do a copious amount of things. There were moments where I would start a career in something and make really good money and think, you know what, maybe this could totally appeal to my lifestyle, even though I didn't know what that lifestyle was. So I threw myself at being a billing specialist, thinking I was gonna work my way up to the top. I threw myself at being a Beachbody coach. God forbid, that was quite the journey, quite the journey. Sorry anybody in Beachbody. Just personally for me, it was just like, no, not for me. Helped me lose good weight though. I also wanted to be a journalist, photographer, veterinarian, actress, singer, you name it. I probably wanted to be it. Actually, no, don't name it.
I probably didn't want to be everything.
You feel me. Where did you adopt your dog and kitty? I actually asked for them and they came to me, to be honest. I got Bodhi about 6 years ago. Came to me when I was a manager at a pet store. A person brought in him and his brother and I snatched him right up 2 minutes after someone actually canceled on taking him. So it was definitely meant to be. I wanted a cattle dog. He is a blue Texas healer, quite the dog. And then my cat, who is gonna be 2 this year, I was working as a billing specialist at a job and I told a friend that I wanted an orange striped tabby cat. And 2 hours later, she told me she had a cat for me and it was her, an orange tabby cat. So Miela is super awesome and Bodhi is the best, so. Okay, what made me wanna go into real estate? So honestly, at first, the thing that majorly appealed to me was the money that I could potentially make. And I just watched the career fair, really actually liked what real estate was about, went through the entire school and grew more and more into it. So I'd have to say it's been a win-win situation for me, but what originally got me into it was the potential financial freedom and all the money I could make, which I'm gonna get there. You just watch. Where is your next big destination? So far I actually have quite a few people coming to Colorado this summer, but this fall, the beginning of October, I am flying into West Virginia to see a good friend of mine, Melody. She actually is going to move there pretty soon here to help her mom fix up a house that she recently bought. So given that I'm getting into real estate, I honestly love that whole fixing up things and doing interior design. I've grown really passionate about that. I'm gonna fly in there and be with her and her mom for a week to help them fix up the house in West Virginia. So that is the plan so far. What are the top 3 places you want to travel to? The top 3 right now would have to be Italy. Honestly, anywhere in Italy. I kind of want to do like a whole tour of Italy if I could. I also want to go to Spain, mainly Barcelona. I also want to go to New York City. Always have wanted to go to New York City. What is my sign? I am a Pisces, super up in the clouds, creative, sensitive, you name it, written down, that is most likely me. Have you ever dined and dashed at a restaurant? Guys, no. Are you serious? My mom was a server for over 22 years. There's no way in hell. The many stories I heard about the people that dashed on her, and like, that was my food on the table, guys. Like, that was my...
I was the ripple effect of all of you guys watching this that dined or dashed, okay?
Do I have any regrets in life? No, because I wouldn't be the person I am today. Plain and simple. What was the last concert you went to? Oh, I believe it was Steel Panther. Yes, my ex-husband and I went to a lot of Steel Panther concerts. I think, like, I say a lot, probably 2 or 3, but I think that was the last concert I went on. God, it's been a hot minute. Dang. What goals do I have right now? Short term and long term. So short term, I want to pass this exam in real estate and finally get licensed. I am just ready to tackle this. I'm so excited. The realty company I'm going to be signing up with has been keeping tabs with me and egging me on, and I've just been feeling the love and feeling the pressure at the same time. So short-term goal, get that done. Long-term goal, I want to be able to tackle paying off my debt as soon as possible and putting a down payment on my first property here in Colorado. So yeah. Guys, there are so many other questions I could have filmed, but I gotta tell you, my mouth is getting dry. I'm getting tired. I'm sure you guys are getting tired listening to me talk a lot. I hope you learned quite a bit about me. Obviously, you guys wanted to know a lot, and I appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video.